long time since we've sat and talked. I was thinking today, coming over here, the last time I saw you in person was our last game here in Philadelphia. Remember you hurt your foot?
Yeah, I hurt my foot.
And I knew I was doomed that day when Arthur went to you after the game instead of me. And I said, this could be it. And I don't think I've seen you in person since that day. No, lots changed. How have you changed?
Changed a lot, Coach, man. You know, just, you know, as far as my personal development, you know, I had to change a lot in my life, you know, and, you know, a lot of times we talked and you gave me advice on things that I needed to do, but I didn't listen at the time. And
I always felt like you were listening to me, but then, like, you'd walk out and I'd say, did he hear what I just said?
I had too many outside influences, Coach. You know, too many outside influences and too many people in my ear.
How hard has it been for you to cut some of those influences out of your life that were with you from childhood, that I used to see at your house when I'd come over and I'd try to get to you?
Under the circumstances, no, Jim, it wasn't hard at all. You know, because of everything that transpired and, you know, how things took place and how it went down. You know, same thing, year in and year out. It's not my play on the field, it's off the field. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of going through it, Jim. I'm tired of it.
Good.
Good.
Do you remember when we talked right before you went to prison? I called you from Seattle.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember exactly where I was sitting in my house when we had that conversation.
I said, Mike, I said, why didn't you just come clean? I mean, this is a forgiving nation. Why didn't you just say, yeah, I fought dogs?
Yeah. Just living my life, you know, just, my whole life was a lie, Jim. You know, everything from A to Z.
How'd you get involved with the dog fighting?
Got involved when I was young, you know, and, you know, my first year in the league, you know, met a guy who I hadn't seen in a long time. I always had a lot of dogs, and we linked up. One thing led to another, and now we got a whole farm, and we got some land, and, you know,
when you were going home on Tuesdays, you know, you'd leave sometimes on Monday nights, and you tell me you were going home to see your family.
I just told you my whole life was a lie, Jim. My whole life was a lie, man.
Because, Mike, you know, I always had your back.
Yeah.
And I always really thought you were a really good person that maybe just made some poor decisions.
Yeah.
But when we parted ways, you know, I went through a little phase where it was like, did he con me?
Yeah. I totally understand, Jim. I come to work with a mask on, man. It was me deep down inside, but it was the other demons that I had when I left. You know, I was into everything.
So it wasn't just the dogs. I mean, you know, there's well-documented instances.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring them
failing drug tests.
Yeah, okay, let's bring them up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Failing
The
drug tests.
Rolex watch with your guys.
Yeah.
Going through security at ATL.
Somebody's
the water bottle.
The water bottle.
There was other things.
Yeah.
Did you ever just go, what am I doing?
I did, but at the same time I was thinking, hey, man, look, I'm Mike Vick.
But here's
the worst thing that's going to happen.
Do you remember telling me, you know, Jim, I never realized how big I was? Do you remember saying that? I never realized how big an icon I was.
Right.
And that just...
Never paid attention to it.
There was just other things in your life that just stole from that concentration.
Yeah. You know, I think about it a lot, Coach, how I was, you know, selfish in some aspects, and I didn't dedicate myself. I didn't listen, and, you know, just young. But I can't put 100% of the blame on me being, you know, young, because I was 25, 26 years old now. You know, so you're old enough to make rational decisions for yourself.
I was going to say that because, you know, when you'd go home in Atlanta, because we live in the same neighborhood.
We live in the same neighborhood.
And I'd drive by your house and there'd be like 12 cars out there. Your jeweler would be there. You know, all these guys.
Everybody.
And now you're going home to your fiance and your kids.
Yeah.
You seem like you're more of a man now.
Yeah, it's a big difference. My life just changed, you know, drastically. And when I sat in prison in Leavenworth, and I was thinking, like, you know, how do I want to live my life moving forward? How do I want to change? And, you know, what can I do better this time around?
What could I have done? When I was your head coach, and I thought we were pretty close, what could I have done? Could I have done something did I miss something?
There's nothing you can do, Jim. The best thing for me that ever happened to me in my life, and to this point, and how crazy it may sound, was me getting shipped off to Kansas, man. Because other than that, I wasn't going to change. I wasn't going to change. I wasn't going uh, get all the people away from me that was leeches and wanted to be around. I wasn't going to stop fighting dogs. And at some point in that, somebody could have got hurt. And so it was pointless. My mom tried to tell me, in one ear and out the other, so it was nothing nobody could have done to change my situation but the man upstairs who seen it and said, listen, before this go any further, I'm going to have to take all this away from you for a while. And you're going to have to get your priorities in order, but you're going to have to sit over there to get it done. And that's what happened.